Here's the honest truth. If I didn't believe in God, I would be a horrible person by human standards.
You are a bad, bad person.
I wouldn't be a net benefit to society. Instead, I'd put myself above everyone else.
Like I said, I'm selfish. Totally selfish.
You know, an atheist group once ran ads on New York City buses that said, you don't have to believe in God to be a moral or an ethical person. Well, here's the thing, I do. An atheist might respond to me and say, well then you have the character problem because I don't need God to stop myself from stealing or hurting others. Fair enough, and I believe you. But let me tell you why I personally need God in order to be good. The reason I need God to be good is simple. I live my life according to my worldview. See, when I discover something that is true, I change my life to align with it. I can't live with an inconsistent worldview. For example, as a Christian, I believe that humans are created in the image of God and therefore have inherent worth and value. I also believe that God has given us dominion over the animals and provided them as food for us. These beliefs shape my actions, so I treat humans as valuable, defend the unborn, and eat meat, living in a way that reflects both the dignity of human life and the rightful use of animals according to God's design. The point is that my actions in life flow directly from my beliefs. I aim to live in a way that is consistent with what I believe to be true. But now what if I didn't believe in God? Well, if I stopped believing, I couldn't just continue living as if the Christian worldview were true. I need to align my actions with my new set of beliefs. So without God, I wouldn't believe that humans are fundamentally different from animals. The theory of evolution tells us that we all share the same source, and the only thing separating us is time and environment. So there wouldn't be any inherent difference in value between humans and other animals. We're all just stardust at different stages of evolution.
The ingredients in our bodies were assembled in the hearts of long dead stars over billions of years.
I'd look at the history of evolution and conclude that it's a survival of the fittest world. The weak die, the strong survive, and the universe doesn't care what happens. See, right now, if a mouse enters my home, I'll set a trap. And if I see a spider or a wasp, I'll squash it. I don't hesitate because in my worldview, insects and rodents don't have the same worth as humans. I'm not doing something ethically wrong to end their life because they're inconveniencing mine. They have no rights in the same way that people do. But now if I didn't believe in God, I'd have no reason to treat humans differently than animals, because according to a purely naturalistic view, that's exactly what we are.
Aren't you teaching that humans are animals? Are we animals?
Yeah.
I would no longer have a basis to treat people as inherently valuable. I mean, I could if I thought it was valuable for me to do so, and if you're an atheist watching this, that's probably what you do. But I wouldn't have a reason to treat people well if I didn't feel like it. See, I couldn't believe as an atheist while still living my life as if Christianity were true. Instead, I would need to live consistently with my new set of beliefs. So if I rejected God, I'd also have to reject the idea of human rights. Otherwise, I'd be living a contradiction, acting like people have value when, according to my new beliefs, they actually don't. There are always consequences to one's beliefs. Because Christianity is true, I can live a good life that aligns with the truth. It gives me a framework to understand why humans are valuable and why we should treat others with dignity and respect. But without God, I'd lose that framework. I'd lose the ability to justify why humans deserve anything more than animals. Death is just part of the process of evolution. The universe doesn't care, and all history is going to be forgotten with the death of the sun. There's no objective morals and no judge I'm going to face after death. In the end, nothing really matters.
As life is meaningless, death is inevitable.
So while others might claim that they can be good without God, I can't. I need God to be good because my beliefs shape my actions. And if I abandoned my belief in God, my behavior would change in a much more self-centered way because I refuse to live a lie. For a book recommendation, I want to highlight the best book on atheism that I've ever read. It's called Stealing from God: Why Atheists Need God to Make Their Case. This powerful book explores the consequences of ideas and demonstrates why atheists cannot live consistently within their own worldview. Instead, they must borrow beliefs from the Christian worldview to live a normal life. It's a great book for atheists and Christians alike, and I've got a link to it in the video description. Thanks so much for watching.